Welcome to today's Inktober drawing 2019. Woo! Today is day 12 of Inktober, and I thought it would be a perfect idea and a perfect plan to show you guys my process for the Inktobers for this year. I am following the prompts, as you can see on through Instagram, but my prompts have a little bit of a twist. Kind of pre-planning all of my Inktobers this year. So I've been using this really floppy moleskin to do all of my pre-planning. As you can see, all of my ideas, kind of taking twist with the prompts. Not done day 12's planning yet, because I was gonna wait and do a video on it. So here we are. To draw all of the Inktobers on the bigger sheets of paper, I've been using a Prismacolor in brown. Do the line art, I've been using a Pentalic brush pen. You can get these at your local art store. You could use Sharpies, you could use just a regular black marker, whatever works, as long as it's water-based, because you are going to use inks with it, and if it is not water-based, then you're going to have a lot of issues. To do all of the inking, I'm using just a regular bottle of India ink. Then to do all of the brushwork, I am using Graham Backer brushes in a, this is a stroke, we have a filbert, we have a round, and then this one is just a Princeton brush. Day 12's prompt is dragon, and for this year I've been doing all the prompts from the official Instagram prompt Inktober list, but I'm doing them with a twist. I'm doing some of my favorite fandoms with these. For example, day 14 is overgrown. So in my sketch, I did Hagrid's hut, overgrown with a lot of plants. Start off by looking at pictures of dragons to look up prompts for dragons, because why not? We're gonna look up dragons. I suck at drawing dragons, so we're gonna try to find some really easy dragons to draw. I mean, I could just draw Toothless too, now that I think about it. I could just draw Toothless because he's a dragon and he's one of my favorite dragons. I could just draw Toothless. Well, we're going to start off with drawing Toothless and see how this goes. Then we'll see if we want to draw Toothless. So as always, I'm going to start with a circle and line work for where I want his eyes to be. I've drawn Toothless before, just not in grave detail. I don't know, I spent hours looking at this prompt thinking, what am I gonna do? Well, here I could have done Toothless the whole time and I didn't even think about it. He's got these spiky things on him. I mean, Toothless is a pretty simple dragon to draw, but at the same time, he's also 3D animated, so he's got all this shading on him, cell shading, so it's also kind of a challenge. But sometimes I'm up for a good challenge. I'm making his eyes a little bit big, but you know what? That's one of my characteristics of my drawings, is I draw really thick eyebrows and I draw really big freaking eyes, I've noticed, looking back at all of my art. His nose is weird, I don't like that. How did you guys like How to Train Your Dragon 3? I really liked it. It was a lot sad. I wasn't a big fan of the bad guy, but at the same time, he was pretty interesting too. I'm gonna have this be his mouth. This is a terrible Toothless, but you know what? I just told you guys I can't draw dragons, so this is the way it's gonna be for now. I'm at an angle when drawing this, so you guys have a better view of what it's gonna look like top down than I do. I know he has these things on his neck, which he kind of looks like a fish. He looks like a fish head. His ears, or whatever these things are, I guess they're his ears. It's more rounded up here and it goes down at a curve. That's not a terrible Toothless. I probably could have done better. But there's his head. Oh, I gotta do his eyes. So the thing is, his eyes are 3D, so when you draw them flat, they look kind of weird, at least to me they do. That's not a terrible looking Toothless, he looks kind of cute. because his eyebrows, he's got like, obviously he's got the eye socket things, or like a giant eyebrow. And I'm gonna try to draw his body best to my ability, because I suck at drawing bodies. Yeah, I don't know why it took me forever to figure out Toothless, because I got into the How to Train Your Dragon fandom, I think a year before How to Train Your Dragon 2. No, I got into the How to Train Your Dragon fandom, or at least saw the first movie, I think a couple years, maybe, I think it was a year before the second movie came out. So I kind of was into it. There's just his, like, his other wing. We'll just do it really sloppy. And then some shading. So yeah, we could just do Toothless, because he's a dragon. Fits the prompt dragon. Fits the prompt dragon. It fits the prompt of me wanting to sketch things that I'm fan of. So, you know, we could do him, and then we could draw Hiccup with him. So I'm just gonna draw Hiccup at the bottom. I think I'm gonna draw movie 3 Hiccup. So I'm just gonna draw Hiccup really quickly here. Just because we can draw him, why not? And I've drawn Hiccup 3 or 4 times. But he's got like a really elongated head. His head reminds me of like a squash. Not really a squash, but like a pea. I like to draw Hiccup with really big ears when I draw him, just because it seems like it's a personality trait of his. Also, I can't draw ears to save my life, so if my ears look terrible, sorry, I'm not sorry. So I think I'm gonna go with Toothless and Hiccup as a drawing thing. What I'm gonna do them in a pose, I don't know yet, but I will see you guys when I start the drawing process